Hi, I'm Prerna Reddy. I'm the director of the Talk Learn Rehabilitation Center, Hyderabad. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that you should do if your child is attending speech therapy and if your child is on spectrum and this child is having difficulties in communication. These 3 things as parents you should do. Number 1, build your connection with your child and thereby that will instill confidence in your child to communicate. How will you build a connection? Stopping the child from doing whatever they are doing will not build the connection. Joining in what the child is playing and giving language and observing where the child's interest is. That's number 1 that will build connection with the child. And always don't seek for eye contact. The child may not look at you for the child to learn language from you. We often say, look at me, what I'm talking, look at my face. Not necessary. For building connection, you may look at what the child's interest is, join in the play, observe what the child is doing and take it forward. Second thing that you should do is learn the strategies in speech therapy, for which the biggest advice that I give all my parents that come to me: sit in your speech therapy session. If you sit with your speech therapist, you will understand what tools that the speech therapist is using, what strategy the speech therapist is using, and what is actually happening for you to apply it at home. Speech therapy is only for 45 minutes. What happens in the next 23 hours, what actually makes the progress? It's often said, once a very big speech therapist once told me that it's between the sessions that the progress happens. And it's such a beautiful line to say. So what progress happens actually happens at home. We may stimulate the child to get the progress in speech therapy. That stimulation doubled at home will make all the progress. I expect that the parents pick up on the strategies. For example, the therapist is doing oral placement therapy. The tools will be bought by you. So using those tools at home, if your child is getting prompts, so maybe prompting the words that are being prompted by the therapist at home. The third thing can be if your child is getting language stimulation. So what language stimulation strategy is the therapist using? How is the therapist grabbing the child's attention? How is the therapist eliciting the word? When is the therapist pausing for the child to talk? What is the therapist exactly doing is when you learn when you are in the therapy session. Therapy session is more for you sometimes than for the child. The child may pick up few things from the therapist and apply once again, but you will learn a lot of things which you can apply at home. Application at home. Now, how do you do the application part at home? Make the child sit with you in front of you and say, come on, teacher said ah, now you say ah. The therapist said roll the ball. So I keep singing the same thing. No, don't make it. Use your home environment to your benefit. Use the routines which are there in the house. Make sure that you use the language, all the strategies in the home environment. Utilize it in the feeding routine, in the bathing routine, in the brushing routine. Whatever strategies you learned, make it more useful, relevant to the child and functional. Use it at home-based activities. It will really bring out the real progress. The therapist made the child sit and do an activity in the session does not mean you have to do it the same way. Your application as a parent has to be more natural and more repetitive and more relevant to the house, which will help the child produce more words. Okay, so number 1 is building connection with your child. Number 2, sitting in the therapy session, learning from the therapist. Ask all your questions. I always tell my parents, ask all your questions. Don't say any question is meaningless. Everything has a meaning. You may take 5 times more to understand. Yes, because you are a parent and not a therapist. Take your time and understand everything. Point number 3, make sure that you apply the speech therapy strategies in a more natural, relevant and home-based environment. These strategies will help you as parents to apply things at home. Thank you.